evening, everyone. Tonight we're going to make beef stroganoff, and so I went ahead and I cut up the meat into bite-sized pieces, and I added 2 dashes of the salt, mineral salt, and then a dash of the pepper. And then I used my cutting board, my Pampered Chef mini bar board, to cut up the meat because, you know, we do like it in smaller bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to add, so we are going to cook 8 ounces of noodles, which will equal 4 cups when it's done. And then we're going to cook the meat in a tablespoon of vegetable oil. And so I got, so instead of 1 onion, I use half of an onion because we're not big fans, so I just use half. And then I'm going to show you how to use the food chopper. And then we're going to add Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. Now apparently there are several kinds of Campbell's soup. There is the regular full fat mushroom soup. There is 98% fat free. There is unsalted cream of mushroom soup. So whatever kind you prefer, it's however you prefer. So that's what I like about my recipes, is you don't have to stick to them. You can make it your own. Then we're going to add 3/4 cups of beef broth, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 tablespoon of sour cream, or plain yogurt. So, and you can use fat-free sour cream, like I said, whatever you like to use. And then, so what I'm doing is I went ahead and salted this and peppered it, and I'm wearing a glove because I have a small cut and salt gets in it and it kind of burns, so I don't want to do that again. So I'm going to cook this up and get it going, and then I'll come back and show you how to pull everything else together to make this easy beef stroganoff. Alright, so to chop up the onion with the food chopper, you just cut it, I cut it down a little bit into fourths, so I use half an onion, so cut that into fourths. And then the blades, chop it, and then you just have to, so I'm just going to do a couple so that you get the gist of it. But I like it because it twists and turns, and you don't have to dice it and dice it. So you just chop it up, and I'll show you what it looks like. And you can use it to take out your frustrations. Alright, so I'm going to leave it kind of big, larger pieces this evening, so see how fast that was? So that one I'm going to chop though. Alright, so I'm going to add these to the beef that's cooking. You can hear it sizzling in the background. And then I will show you the soup base. So the cleanup for the food chopper is super easy. This part, it all comes apart, so it's dishwasher safe. So it has little finger grips right here, and you just twist, and this bottom part comes off, and then this protective cover comes off the blades, and then this part opens up, so that it's all, everything, like if particles get up in here, they get all washed out, so you don't have any grungy stuff up in there. So now we're going to make the beef broth. I don't have any canned beef broth, store-bought or homemade. So what I do is I use I buy this kind, and you get it at Walmart, and it says 2 tablespoons of beef broth for every 1 cup of broth. So I'm going to use my adjustable scoop because I'm not going to add 2 full. Oops, this is chicken, not beef. Blooper alert, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. There's always a blooper, everyone. Alright, so since I'm only going to use 3/4 cup of broth, I've only added 3/4 cups of water. So I'm only going to add like 1, and so it's adjustable, so you can add 1.5 teaspoons. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon plus 1.5 teaspoons. Trying to do math in my head, it doesn't go. Alright, so then it changes to 1.5 teaspoons. So it goes all the way from 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon, and we got that going on. Then I like to use the mini whisk to get it stirred together. I could use the bigger whisk, but I like to, this is more fine and it helps to get it blended faster. Alright, so now we're going to add the soup to the broth. Now what I like about this scraper, this is the mini mix and scrape, is it gets down underneath the lip of the soup so that you don't tear up the scoop part with the edge of the can that cuts it. All the bigger ones, the bigger spatulas and stuff, they don't fit down underneath there. So this is just the right size. It works great in tomato soup, tomato paste, because it's short enough to get it without damaging your spatula. So we're going to mix it together. This is the bigger whisk from Paper Chef. I like this one with eggs and other things. It has a lot of crisscross things going on in there. Alright, and then I'm going to tend to the cooking beef. As you can hear it sizzling again. And then I will come and finish adding ingredients. Alright, so now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then 1 teaspoon of paprika. I love these nested spoons because they fit together whether one's missing or not. So I'm going to use the teaspoon for this and the tablespoon for the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, I don't know. Everyone says it different. So 1 teaspoon of paprika. And then 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I like this brand because it doesn't have soy in it like some of the others. So it's the only one that's, even though I don't like anchovies, that doesn't even sound good. But that's what this has in it. So if you didn't know that, now you do. Lesson learned. Alright, so 1 tablespoon. And I also like these because now that I've got liquid in here, I can just set it like this and it won't tip over. And it won't, unless I tip it over. But it won't tip over, so even if it had stuff in it, you could just let it set. Alright, so I'm going to mix these together. I'm going to go back over and pour this sauce over the meat. I already put my spatula in the dishwasher, so now this is the big mix and scrape, so I like it for the heavy duty jobs, but it was actually the closest one. And I've had this one, I don't know. See, I like to talk about how long I've had them because the product is so good that, you know, once you buy it, you really don't have to replace it. And a lot of the tools and products have lifetime guarantees, like the knives and some of the other products. But I don't have the knives yet, but I'm going to get them one day. But, alright, so I'm just going to add this to the meat. Let's see if I can do that and show you at the same time. Here, I'll bring it over to you. How's that? So, and we're going to use this for the noodles, so I'm going to put that there for now. Alright, done with you. So we're just going to stir this in. The meat's already cooked. Right now what we're doing is we're just heating up the gravy and letting it get a little thick. And then after it's all thick, we will add the 1 tablespoon of sour cream to give it the creaminess, of course. And I'm going to show you the easiest, fastest, quickest way to drain noodles. Because, you know, I always try to find the most efficient way. Everyone asks how I get everything done all in the day. It's because I do everything as efficient as possible. Except take naps. I take a long time doing that one. So I like to get the little crusties off the bottom. My noodles are ready. So my noodles are ready. I'm going to go ahead and put this back onto the stove and let it heat up a little bit and grab my noodles. I don't know if you remember me talking about this dish drain that fits over the sink. I love it. I use it as an extra like countertop. So let me turn you down a little more. Maybe put the lid on so you don't splatter. There we go. Alright, so most people take their strainer, put it in the sink, pour the water in it, and then all the water comes back up and the stuff from the dirty sink gets all back onto your food. That's kind of gross. So, let me rinse off the bottom. So what I'm going to do is you take the bowl part, you put it down into the water, and then you dump it like this away from you so you don't get steam burned. And then you don't have to worry about all of that coming back up. Ta-da! And you got perfectly strained noodles. Awesome! So just a quick tip on that. And so now dinner is ready. We're going to, I don't like to combine it because I don't eat the noodles, but I like the meat and sauce. So if you don't like the noodles, that can make it keto. But anyway, oh, I forgot to add the sour cream. So we need to add 1 tablespoon of sour cream. And then I'm going to mix that in. See, look, the lid does not go on the counter and it does not go on the stove. So I love that. Alright. So you're just going to mix that in together. And there you are. And you can also use this to scoop out with because it's got such a wide base. And so remember, like and subscribe. Thank you, and I hope you have a great evening, and we're going to enjoy dinner now. Talk to you later. Like and subscribe to the entire channel, not just a video, an entire channel. Alright? Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it.